Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our lunch break live. How are you guys doing? I'm so grateful you are here today, especially on the Mother's Day weekend. So I want you guys to take a moment, take a deep breath in, exhale, and reflect in one woman that inspire you, to truly become the best version of you. Tell me, tell me, tell me. Hello, 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 team. Hello, how are you? I want you guys to come in. Yes, join the live and take a deep breath in. And let's pause over here. And this weekend, some of us have great relationships with our parents, specifically with our mothers, and some of us don't. So, but I want you to just reflect on one person that really inspired you, one woman. So today's live is not just about celebrating Mother's Day. It's about honoring the power, the presence, and the responsibility carry within every single woman. So, like, we help communities. When I think about women, the power that we have, we help so many people. We give, we are caregivers, right? And now we're going to stop. You're going to stop everything and you're going to help our community, our peach gorilla. And I'm going to ask you to pause and invite a friend, share this live, invite a friend into this conversation, into this reflection for our lunch break live. Yes, I'm going to give you a minute. I'm going to drink my Prosecco. Thank you so much for doing that and for helping our community to grow. Um, so, as we dive in, I always like to pause and look at our lives as women, right? We definitely are more than caretakers, right? We honestly are creators. We are nurturers. We are emotional anchors. And only women have the secret ability to co-create a life and bring souls into this world. That alone, just that alone is powerful. But motherhood is not only about giving birth. We can be stepmothers, or for me, soul mothers, for my pets. And right there, the woman in the world, you can be adopted children, and automatically their motherhood, their mother instincts kick in, right? So motherhood is also about, to me, the energy we carry, um, to the environments we create, the words we speak, the examples we really become. As women, we are constantly shaping lives, whether you realize and or not, right? And that begins, to me, with our mindset, the way we treat ourselves. So check the live chat because my agenda is open. Coaching, service, collaboration is my passion. I would love to contribute to where you want to go in your life, because as a woman, as a parent, we all know that we are not meant to do life alone, and it takes a village. So check my information in the chat, and I'll just reach out. Everything with me starts with a DM. So, growing up, I feel that many of us learn to survive before we learn to truly love ourselves. At school, we learn comparison, right? In our careers, every day in corporate America, we learn what? Performance. In relationships, we learn to sacrifice, right? And somewhere along the way, many women disconnected from their own value. Um, because honestly, we do everything naturally for everybody else while forgetting to nurture ourselves. But here is the truth: a woman who is disconnected from herself cannot fully pour into others from a healthy place. That's why mindset really matters, because the way you think becomes the way you and I speak. The way you speak really becomes the like atmosphere of your home, the lanes to the outside world, how you and I show up. And when you think about your home, the atmosphere of your home becomes the emotional blueprint your children will carry into adulthood, right? Because I have to be honest with you, children are always watching us. When I say us, is birth mothers, stepmothers, adopted mothers, or the family in general. They are constantly watching, not only when we teach them intentionally, but specifically when we think they are really not paying attention. So they watch. They watch how we reacted under pressure, how we speak to ourselves, how we handle disappointments and challenges, how we treat people, how we love, how we forgive. They watch everything, how we regulate our emotions. They are like sponges. They really absorb everything, and that can feel overwhelming for me as a new parent, for the experienced parents. But it's also a beautiful opportunity. It's a beautiful opportunity because every single day we have the opportunity to become what? A blessing or a curse for ourselves and the people we love. We can become a source of peace or a source of chaos, right? And I know that sounds deep, but it is really true. Um, I remember realizing one day when my kids were like, I think 8 and 10 years old, that children don't always remember our advice, but they remember our energy. They remember how safe they felt around us, um, how seen them they sell, how important they are to us, how heard they felt. Um, you can give a child the best clothes, best schools, best opportunity, but if they grow up constantly feeling fear of speaking to you and connecting with you, if they grow up constantly under criticism or emotional instability, that becomes their internal language. So when I look at adults today, there is many adults still healing from environments where love was conditional, right? Emotions were ignored, or worth was tied to achievement. That is why healing ourselves as women matters so much, not just for us, but for all the generations after us. So let's salute. I'm going to give cheers, a toast. In Portuguese, we say chin chin to the generation after us. And I decided to stop by earlier than our regular time because um, my family has a beautiful day organized for me, and I really had to prioritize my Mother's Day, right? Um, And I just felt the need that I want to bring this discussion, some tips and reflection for the week ahead. So, this Mother's Day weekend, I want you to pause. I want to leave you with a few reflections and practical mindset shifts you can carry into your week. Okay. So the first one is like speak to yourself with awareness and kindness, right? Um, when your children are learning how to speak to themselves right now, in every day we have an opportunity by listening to how you speak to yourself. Your children has the opportunity to see how you take care of yourself. So let's think about if every day your children here in different type places in the world, I'm exhausted. For me, is I'm busy, or oh my gosh, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm failing in this work, I don't feel that I'm never enough. They begin to absorb the emotional frequency. So, whatever you are saying today, try replacing criticism with compassion. Instead of saying I'm overwhelmed or me is my, I'm busy, um, try to, I'm learning to navigate the season with grace, and pause there and allowed all those emotions to come to you. And believe me, your children will listen to the frequency. Or you can say small shifts create powerful emotional changes, and I'm working on them. So I want you to pause and allow as you move into your week to those two reflections, two different frequencies sink in and allow that to be your new practice. So take a pause. Number two is like take a pause to regulate before you react. As you step into your week, grounded woman, think about this. Create grounded homes, offices, communities, right? Children do not need perfect mothers. We are not perfect. They need emotionally aware mothers. And that's a practice that we can all do every day, a little baby steps. Before reacting with anger, frustration, or stress, that was my mantra. Pause, breathe, and respond intentionally. Your nervous system teaches your children how to handle life, and you are the model, right? Three, create moments of presence. We are all busy, busy women. I work a full-time job with a cybersecurity company that I love to collaborate with sales, and I have pitch gorilla. So sometimes the most powerful thing you can give to a child, you can give to your husband, you can give to your community is just presence. This is what I chose today. I chose not to skip the life, but I chose to bring you a different perspective, different tips for you to carry on your weekend with your family. So sometimes the most powerful thing it is really be present, right? Not distracted presence, not rush presence, real presence. So for me is 5 intentional minutes of connection with my family. Sometimes that's what I can give. But I noticed that 5 minutes of connection can impact a child more than hours spent physically together, but emotionally totally disconnected. So as you step into your weekend and week ahead, pause and reflect on that. The fourth one to me is a very, very important one because I come from a very, very critical family and a broken family, right? Heal what you don't want to pass down, right? So this one is huge. This one is a moment that you needed to, okay, what do I need to heal? that I don't want to pass down to my kids. So many women are raising children while still healing their own inner child. And I want to say this in a lovely way. Your healing matters. Breaking cycles matters. Choosing awareness really matters. You are allowed to become the woman you need. Like you need, you are allowed to become the woman you needed when you were younger. Today, you are allowed to do that. You are your greatest responsibility and your greatest priority. So, one of the things that I always love to do during my sessions with very powerful women is this. Let's imagine one day you arrive in heaven and God is standing at the door and God asks you, what did you do with the life, the gifts, and the time I gave you? Have you ever thought about this? I think about this all the time. Many of us is gonna answer, I serve my family, I was a great mother, a great wife, a great community leader. I gave all myself to everyone. But what if biggest part of your purpose was also to become the highest version of yourself, to heal, to grow, to love yourself unconditionally, to honor our gifts, our creativity, our authenticity in light? What if that was your 90% purpose? Because when the woman is grounded within herself, she elevates every room she steps, walks into. Your growth is not selfish. Your healing is not selfish. Your joy is not selfish. So consider this. The more aligned and fulfilled you and I become, the more peace, wisdom, love, and presence we can offer to everyone around us. So as you step into your week, reflect on this. You Are you abandoning yourself while trying to save somebody else? This is one question that I always ask my clients when they are not grounded with the priority that it is personal development, right? Or are you becoming the woman you were created to be? That's another question that I want you to take with you this week. Are you abandoning yourself while trying to save someone else? Or are you becoming the woman you are created to be? Because if there's so much noise in the world, how are you going to be allow the universe to step in and help you and guide you? But I want to pause here because I also have a message for the single woman or you that are not a birth mother. Okay. Motherhood is super powerful, but your values as a woman, your value as a woman is not defined by whether you have children or not. Your nurturing energy, your wisdom, your presence, your creativity, your compassion, these are gifts that already impact the world around you every single day. So, some women are called to motherhood through children. Others are called to nurture through leadership, mentorship, healing, friendship, service, business, art, community. Never underestimate the lives you touch simply because you are not a mother. Never underestimate the lives you touch simply by becoming a grounded, loving, and aware woman. For the single ladies, this season of singleness, to me, when I was single, when I got divorced, is also an opportunity for you to know yourself deeply, heal emotionally, build confidence, develop healthy boundaries. And for me, the biggest thing was to learn to love myself. So for you, I would say create a strong mindset before you enter future relationships or even motherhood. There is a lot of engaged ladies over there because one day, if you choose to become a mother, your children will inherit not only your love, but also your emotional patterns, your beliefs, your healing, and your self worth. So use this season, single ladies, to become the woman you admire. Learn to model yourself with patience, grace, discipline, compassion, and remember, you do not need to wait for a title, a relationship, or a child to validate your feminine power. You already carry value, purpose, and influence exactly where you are today. So I want to close today saying this. As women, we carry a big power, like immense power, because we create life, we influence hearts every day, we shape environments, we set emotional tones inside our home, our workplaces, our community, in motherhood, whatever, whether it is biological, spiritual, or emotional, is one of the greatest responsibilities and gifts we can experience. So this weekend, I invite you to reflect. What energy am I cultivating with myself? Reflect on this. What example am I modeling daily? What emotional legacy am I creating? Because our husbands, our children, our employees may not remember every word we say or initiative we lead, but they will remember the feeling of who we, you and I are. And that really matters, right? So I want to say thank you so much for being here, spending your lunch with me today. If this message touched your heart, share with another woman, a mother, a sister, a friend who may need this reminder this weekend. Um, Happy Mother's Day to all the incredible women nurturing, leading, healing, and loving every single day. And that's you and I. I'm going to see you guys next week in regular time, 1 p.m. So thank you so much for being here with me today. Enjoy your Mother's Day.